Now we want to turn to an exclusive story that is all new at 6.
I lost it. I mean, I didn't expect to be as emotional as I was, but I just broke down. I was shaking with anger. I was disgusted at the fact that this was even an option.
Well, tonight you can feel the emotion coming directly from a woman who survived after being sexually assaulted by a young Niagara County man. We sit down with the survivor just days after the sentencing of her rapist, Christopher Buehler. That sentencing this week making international headlines. Buehler, who pleaded guilty to raping multiple teenage girls, received 8 years probation, no time behind bars. The judge's decision written about in the New York Times, New York Post, Washington Post, and outlets worldwide. The judge saying that he prayed over the sentencing in this case and saying prison time would have been inappropriate. But tonight, a survivor who refuses to be silenced is making her voice heard. She sat down with anchor reporter Hannah Buehler just moments ago.
Through treatment and reflection, I've come to feel deep shame and regret for my actions.
I was disgusted at the fact that this was even an option.
MM says she sat in the Niagara County courtroom Tuesday and lost her composure when she heard Judge Matthew Murphy say her rapist, 20-year-old Christopher Buehler, would avoid time behind bars.
Your attorney, Steve Cohen, was doing an interview with us and said that you had to go to the bathroom to throw up. You were so upset.
Immediately after, I had to run right to the bathroom. I was sick to my stomach as soon as I heard the word probation.
It's been years of court appearances and constant replay of the darkest day in her life, all coming to an end she wasn't expecting.
This judge, like I said, had the opportunity to put out the fire, but he chose to let it keep burning.
MM was one of 4 survivors that Buehler pleaded guilty to sexually assaulting and raping during a period of a year and a half from 2017 to 2018. She says her assault was when she was 16, the night before she was scheduled to go to a music festival in Chicago with Buehler and his sister.
Whenever I looked at his face, I just couldn't. And I just remember kicking, screaming, staring at that plant, just trying to focus on it being over, and he just kept saying, "Stop being such a baby. If you stop resisting, it won't hurt as bad." Just like advising me things, and it was just disgusting. So yeah, I focused on a plant.
And you said you saw that plant again this summer, and it was like Christopher Buehler was a fire, you said, that burned through acres of our lives. It's just so powerful.
Yeah, I went across the country this summer, and just how green the trees were that were untouched by the forest fire, it just made me think of that green plant and that color of the green plant. And I realized Christopher was that forest fire that was ruining everything. He was ruining our lives.
She says she believes Buehler, who grew up as part of a well-off family, his mother and father, attorneys, once again avoided consequences.
I remember every second, and ever since it happened, it constantly replays in my head. It's not something that I was able to forget. It's not something that I was able to suppress down. It's something that I wish I could forget.
So powerful to hear from her. Jeff, as you know, we've been following this story closely for 3 years. MM believes her voice is powerful now, and she's hoping by speaking out she can really help other survivors of sexual assault. But she says she believes Buehler deserved jail time in this case.
There's a story making national headlines, as we talked about. What have you learned about the judge in this case, Hannah?
So Judge Matthew Murphy is retiring at the end of this year. He has reached the peak age for judges at 70. And as you mentioned before this story this afternoon, he prayed about this decision, but he said jail time he believed was inappropriate in this case. No doubt, though, Jeff, we are going to continue to follow this, and we have much more from MM to come.
Yeah, some raw emotion in that interview. All right, thank you, Hannah.